Okay, good morning. So in the last class, we were discussed about the numericals regarding with that of the acceleration vector, velocity vector, and that of the position vector. So did you complete that problem? Did you complete or not? So let me share the screen. We can continue with this. The position of a particle is given by r is equal to 3t I cap plus 2t square j cap plus 5k cap, where t is in second and the coefficients have their own meanings or 2 units, and r is measured in meters. Then find v of t and a of t of the particle. That is the velocity vector and that of the acceleration vector of the particle. So what is the velocity vector of the particle? V of t. Already find this v of t. V of t is equal to
4t.
yes, 3 I cap plus 4t j cap. And what about acceleration vector a of t? Acceleration vector a of t? 4 j cap. So this is the answer of the first question. Now the second question, find the magnitude and direction of velocity of the particle at a t is equal to 1 second. Okay. So for doing the second question, we need to calculate the instantaneous velocity at 1 second. So we have velocity vector v of t. V of t is equal to 3 I cap plus 4t j cap. This is the velocity vector. But at t is equal to 1 second, instead of t, you can substitute the value of time that is equal to 1 second. So vector v of 1 is equal to 3 I cap plus 4 into 1 j cap. That is equal to 3 I cap plus 4 j cap. Okay. So at t is equal to 1 second, the velocity vector v is equal to 3 I cap plus 4 j cap. But it is not our question. Our question is to find out the magnitude. What is the equation for calculating magnitude? A line equation for calculating the magnitude of a velocity vector, vector v. Magnitude of root of Vx square plus Vy square. This is the equation for calculating the magnitude of a velocity vector. Okay. So magnitude of velocity vector is equal to vector v is equal to root of Vx square plus Vy square. That is equal to, here Vx component along the x-axis, that is 3. So 3 square plus component along the y-axis, that is 4. 4 square. So square root of 3 square plus 4 square, that is equal to root of 9 plus 16, that is equal to, complete it fast, root of 25 equal to 5. Root of 25, that is equal to 5. So here we calculate the velocity. So what about the SI unit? It is meter per second, 5 meter per second. So here we calculate the magnitude of the velocity vector at t is equal to 1 second. Now what about the direction of this velocity vector? Direction. Quickly recall the equation for calculating the direction of velocity vector.
Tan theta is equal to
Yeah, tan theta is equal to Vy by Vx. What is Vy?
4,
4, Vx
3.
3. So we have tan theta is equal to 4 by 3, which implies the direction is given by the angle theta is equal to tan inverse 4 by 3. This is the answer. Okay. Is it clear? We can do one more problems. Similar to this. Is it clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Now read the second question and try to solve it by yourself. The position of a particle is given by r is equal to velocity vector r is equal to 4t I cap plus 2t square j cap plus 9k cap. 9k cap, where t is in second and the coefficient have their own proper units and r is measured in meters. Question is exactly the same. I only changed the position vector. Position vector, vector r is equal to 4t I cap plus 2t square j cap plus 9k cap. Find velocity vector v of t and acceleration vector a of t of the particle. Sub question, find the magnitude and direction of the velocity of the particle at t is equal to 2 seconds. All of you please switch on your videos and try to solve this problem by yourself. Follow the same procedure. First, calculate the velocity vector. If you get the velocity vector, you can easily calculate the acceleration vector, vector A. And then find the magnitude and direction of the velocity of the particle at t is equal to 2 seconds. In order to do these kind of problems, you must know the equations for derivations. Try to study at least the basic equations. What about the derivative of a constant, derivative of a raised to x, derivative of ax and all. Shabarinath, what about the velocity vector?
4 I cap plus 4 j cap.
4 I cap plus 40 j cap. What about the derivative of the last term? It is equal to 0 because d by dt of 9k, the derivative of a constant is always equal to 0. So the velocity vector v of t is equal to 4 I cap plus 4 t j cap. Is there any doubt regarding with this velocity vector? d by dt of 4t. Take the 4. 4 is a constant. We can take it outside. So 4 into dt by dt. That is equal to 4 into 1. That is equal to 4. So the derivative of d by dt of 4t is equal to 4. Similarly, here we want to calculate the derivative of d by dt of 2t square. d by dt of 2t square. 2 is constant. We can take it outside. 2 into derivative of d by dt of t square. That is 2 into d by dt of t square is 2 into t raised to 2 minus 1. That is 2 into 2 t raised to 1. That is equal to 4 t raised to 1. That is equal to 4t. So the derivative of 2t square is nothing. It is 4t. d by dt of 2t square is equal to 4t. So here the velocity vector is become velocity vector v of t is equal to 4 I cap plus 4 t j cap. Then what about the acceleration vector v of t? If you know the velocity vector, then you can easily calculate the acceleration vector a of t. This is the rate of change of velocity, that is d by dt of vector v of t. That is equal to d by dt of vector v of t is calculated here, that is 4 I cap plus 4 t j cap. Find the derivative of each term. It becomes d by dt of 4 I cap plus d by dt of 4 t j cap. What about the derivative of the first term, d by dt of 4 I cap? d by dt of a constant, that is equal to 0. So here we only need to find out the derivative of the second term, d by dt of 4 t j cap. It is 4j cap. Okay, derivative of the second term is 4j cap. So acceleration vector becomes vector a of t. Vector a of t is equal to 4j cap. Now we have the second sub question. Find the magnitude and direction of the velocity of the particle at t is equal to 2 seconds. So here vector v of t is equal to 4 I cap plus 4 t j cap. Okay, vector v of t is equal to 4 I cap plus 4 t j cap at t is equal to 2 seconds. Change the t into 2. That is vector v of 2 seconds is equal to 4 I cap plus 4 into, instead of t, here you can substitute the value of time. That is 2 seconds. 2 j cap. That is equal to 4 I cap plus 8 j cap. This is the velocity vector at t is equal to 2 seconds. So at t is equal to 2 seconds, the velocity vector becomes 4 I cap plus 8 j cap. Then find the magnitude and direction of this velocity vector at t is equal to 2 seconds. Navaneet, what is the equation for calculating the magnitude?
Ma'am, root of Vx plus Vy.
Yes, magnitude of velocity vector is equal to root of Vx square plus Vy square. What is Vx? That is equal to root of Vx component along the x-axis. What is that? 4. 4 square plus component along the y-axis. Here you can identify which is the component along the x-axis and y-axis with the help of unit vectors. Because I is a unit vector along the x-axis, j is a unit vector along the y-axis. If we have one more component, if the unit vector is k, then we can identify this is a component along the z-axis. But here we have only two axes are there, x and y. So 4 square plus Vy is nothing, it is 8 square. That is equal to root of 16 plus 64. That is root of 64 plus 16. Yes. Root of 80. And we get some decimal values like 8.94, something like that. Okay. You can finish up to here, root 80. No problem. If it has no clear root, square root, then you can finish the problem up to here, root 80. Magnitude is root 80. Then what about the direction? Magnitude is equal to modulus of vector v, that is equal to root of vx square plus vy square, that is equal to root of 4 square plus 8 square, root of 16 plus 64, that is root 80. It is magnitude. Can I rub this? Mic testing. Can I rub this? Yes or no?
Yes.
Then direction. Direction is given by tan theta. Tan theta is equal to Vy by Vx. Vy 8, Vx 4. So tan theta is equal to 8 by 4. 8 by 4 means 2. Tan theta is equal to 8 by 4, that is equal to 2, which implies theta is equal to tan inverse 2. Tan inverse 2. So try to practice this kind of problems. You can choose any kind of position vectors. So instead of these values, you just substitute, take any kind of position vector and work out the velocity vector and acceleration vector by yourself. Try to find out the derivative of each terms. Okay. And then find the magnitude and direction for velocity vector. And the same problem you can adopt for find the magnitude and direction for the acceleration vector also. Using the same equation. If it is acceleration, modulus of vector A is equal to root of ax square plus ay square. But here we are, in our question, we want to find out the magnitude and direction of velocity vector. That is why we are using root of vx square plus vy square. Okay. So now we can move to the next question. A man swims with head right across a river for length 0.6 kilometer in a certain time while the river flows 0.4 kilometer in the same time. Find his resultant motion or change in position. A man swims with head right across a river for length 0.6 kilometer in a certain time while the river flows 0.4 kilometer in the same time. Find his resultant motion or change in position. So here you just imagine a river flows 0.4 kilometer and a man swims with head right across a river of length, that is starting from here from the origin, it is 0.6 kilometer. A man swims with a head right across a river for length 0.6 kilometer in a certain time, while the river flows 0.4 kilometer in the same time. Then what about the resultant of this case? Resultant. Try to recall all our laws. The resultant is given by this side. This will be gives the resultant. Vector R. So here we want to calculate the resultant of the motion of this person or its change in position. So how we can calculate the magnitude of resultant R? Magnitude of resultant R is equal to root of, we can consider this vector as P and this vector as Q, P square plus Q square. That is equal to root of 0.4 square plus 0.6 square. Try to solve these kind of problems by imagine a diagram in your mind. So here we are imagining the river is flows in this direction. 0.4 kilometer. And this person is a man swims with head right across the river for length 0.6 kilometer. Starting from this origin. So we can assume the third side represents the resultant. So the resultant magnitude of resultant is given by root of p square plus q square, that is equal to root of 0.4 square plus 0.6 square. What will be the answer? Root of 0.16 plus 0.36, that is equal to
0.52.
yes, root of 0.16 plus 0.36. Is it Shabarinath once again?
0.52.
Ah, yes, 0.52. Root of 0.52. So here the magnitude of resultant, we want to calculate the magnitude of the resultant vector. That is root of p square plus q square. Here one direction or taken along the x-axis is 0.4, y-axis is 0.6. So 0.4 square plus 0.6 square. Root of 16 plus 0.36, that is root of 0.52. It's enough. Or when you are solving this root of 0.52, you will get 0.7211, something like that, kilometer. Okay, try to solve the square root. Square root of 0.52 is equal to 0.721110.255 kilometer. 0.7211 kilometer. Here we can find out the direction. How we can find out the direction? Equation for calculating the direction in which the person is swim. Tan theta is equal to component along the y-axis by component along the x-axis. That is, tan theta is equal to y-axis is in vertical direction, that is 0.6, divided by x-axis is in horizontal 0.4. So tan theta 0.6 by 0.4, which implies theta is equal to tan inverse 0.6 divided by 0.4. So this is the magnitude and the direction in which the person is swim. So a man swims with a head right across a river. So we are just assume the river first. It is flows in particular direction with 0.4 kilometer. And this man swims across the river with a length of 0.6 kilometer. So we know that the third side represents the resultant. Then according to the equation, the resultant, magnitude of resultant is given by root of vector along the x-axis plus vector along the y-axis, p square plus q square. Just to substitute the values, 0.6 square plus 0.4 square. So we get root of 0.52. So from this given question, we can calculate the direction. We can determine the directions to which this man is swim using the equation tan theta is equal to y by x. That is 0.6 by 0.4, component along the y-axis and component along the x-axis. 0.6 by 0.4 or theta is equal to tan inverse 0.6 by 0.4. One more question. A passenger arriving in a new town wishes to go from the station to a hotel located 10 kilometers away on a straight road from the station. A dishonest cabman takes him along a circuitous path, means a circular path, 23 kilometer long and reaches the hotel in 28 minutes. What is the average speed of the taxi? The magnitude of average velocity, and you just compare whether they are equal, average speed and average velocity. So here we have the initial point and the final point. Initial point is station. A passenger arriving in a new town wishes to go from the station to a hotel. So he's a new man in that city. He don't know which is the correct way. Actually, the distance between the station and hotel through a straight path, it is only 10 kilometers. Okay. But actually what happens, a dishonest cabman takes him along a circuitous path 23 kilometers along and reaches the hotel in 28 minutes. (28 kilometers). Then what is the average speed of the taxi? Magnitude of average velocity, and just compare whether this average speed and average velocity are equal. It's not something related to vectors. It's a direct question. What is the equation for calculating average speed? Average speed is equal to, try to recall the equation for calculating average speed.
Ma'am,
Yes.
it's 23 kilometers.
Yes. Sorry. 23 kilometer, right? Thank you, dear. It is not 28, 23 kilometer. Actually, the time taken is 28 minutes, right? Okay. So what is the equation for calculating average speed? Average speed.
Total line by total time.
Yes. Total distance divided by total path covered divided by total time taken. And what is the total distance covered by this dishonest cabman? It is total distance they are covered is 23. And total time taken is 28 minutes. We need to convert it into seconds. So 28 divided by 60. 28 minutes is equal to 28 by 60 seconds. That is equal to, we can do 23 into 60 divided by 28. What is the final answer? Average speed of this car.
49.2.
Yeah, right. (23 into 60). 1380 divided by 28. That is equal to 49.2. 28 something like that. 49.2. Average speed, unit of speed, meter per second. So 49.2 meter per second. This is the S.
Kilometer per hour.
S, Shabarina.
Ma'am, kilometer per hour. No.
Ah, yes, kilometer per second. But we need to convert them into hour then. Ah, yes, kilometer per hour, right. I think we are convert the minute into hour, right? 28 by 60. Yeah. So 49.2 kilometer per hour. Again, what about the average velocity? Average velocity. What about the magnitude of average velocity? Average speed is equal to 49.2 kilometer per hour. Then what about average velocity? Equation for calculating average velocity.
Changing position by changing time.
Yes, final distance minus initial distance. Change in position by time taken. Change in time. Change in position means difference between final point and that of the initial point. The actual difference between final point and initial point is 10 kilometer. By time taken, again 28 by 60. That is equal to 10 into 60 divided by 28. 600 by 28. Six hundred by 28 is equal to
21.4.
yeah, it is 21.4, sorry, 21.4 kilometer per hour. Average speed is something is equal to 49.29. So average speed is equal to 49.2 kilometer per hour. And average velocity is 21.4 kilometer. Are the two are equal? No.
No.
Okay. They are not equal. So today I'm going to take one more new topic, but here we have 3 more minutes left. Is it over, students?
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Ma'am, why are we multiplying 10 kilometers by 60?
To convert minute into hour.
Ma'am, but that's kilometer. 10 kilometers.
Okay. Here. This is simple mathematics, dear. We are converting actually this 28 minute into hour. So 28 by 60.
Oh.
I am just taking the 60 to the numerator for easiness of the calculation.
Okay, ma'am.
So it is 10 into 60 divided by 28. Is it over? Okay. So that's all about the acceleration vector and the velocity vector. And today I am going to take one more topic, that is relative velocity. Have you heard about this term relative velocity? Relative velocity. We are familiar with this term velocity. Velocity is nothing, it is the rate of change of position of an object or the displacement of an object. Then what do you mean by relative velocity? Relative, as its name implies, something in relation with. And most probably in our daily life, we have some experience that whenever the examination results comes, our parents, most probably our mothers, are compared the marks with that of our friends, right? They are just comparing our marks. So this is what is known as relative velocity. Relative velocity is nothing. It is the comparison of velocity. Okay, we are compare the velocity of one object with respect to that of the velocity of the other object. That is what is known as relative velocity in relation with. Okay, so it is the comparison. Relative velocity means the relation of or the velocity of one object with respect to the velocity of the other object. The other object can be moving slowly, or it is moving with a high velocity or with a low velocity, whatever it may be. If you are comparing the velocity of one object with that of the other object, that is what is known as relative velocity. Okay, is it clear? What do you mean by relative velocity? You just kept this point in our mind. We can discuss about the relative velocity and about the mathematical equations in the next class. Okay, now let me take